Can you believe all of the growth that is happening here at the community garden? It was right about a month ago when I gave you a first tour for the season for this amazing community garden. And I just went back and watched it myself to see, where we were. And I'm amazed at the growth that the plants that I have growing here have put in the last 4 weeks. I have so many things to show you. I do want to show you the beautiful, beautiful dahlias that I have here, but also the cosmos, the celosia, the mahogany splendor. Everything is growing so beautiful, you guys. I am so happy and so excited to see all of the blooms that will be here. Let's say in another 4 weeks. It's just going to be so amazing. I mentioned in my past video that I was not using landscape fabric to plant the dahlias in this row. I did use it on the other row, but not for the dahlias. This entire row is full of dahlias. I have lots and lots of varieties of them, and I just hope that they do well here. I spent about, I don't know, maybe about an hour yesterday just cleaning in between the plants, and so far I feel like I still have control over the weeds. The Horonova netting is definitely helping with the support for these plants, and overall the setup, the combination of the Horonova and the no landscape fabric for the dahlias, at least I think that it's working. I am not kicking myself for not using it, and I think that so far we're doing well. One of the things that I am planning to do today is to give them the first dose of fertilizer. I did apply a lot of amendments to the soil before I planted these guys. I feel like the soil is pretty rich already, but I just want to make sure that they get all the extras if that's even a thing. But I am just going to add some nice balanced fish emulsion and whatever else that thing has. But I'm just planning to give them a little bit more, that way they can just push and give me a nice blush. I am so happy, like I said, with all of the growth, and I actually have been already harvesting a couple of blooms. This right here is Snoho Doris. It's my first time growing this one. I was hoping it was more on the orange/yellow color, but it's turning out to be a little bit more on the dark pink, which I guess I don't mind, but we'll see how it does throughout the season. And while I do love the plant, I do love the color and the shape, I just don't know that I need another pink one, but we'll see. I'm a little bit sad because the bench that I had here, I moved it out of the way, but something happened to it. I think it didn't hold the way for whoever tried to sit on this part, maybe even jump on it. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there because I'm really honestly really so surprised that it broke, because the piece or the rest of the pieces are nice and solid. So it had to be something where somebody maybe was jumping on it that it just broke. But I'm going to leave it there for now because it can hold my buckets or whatever I'm using for when I harvest. Right behind it, this is where I direct seeded a bunch of celosia, and this is a mix. I just had a bunch of varieties, and I decided just to throw all of the seeds in all of the holes. And I don't know, it was tricky trying to get it to germinate. I think that mainly because the seeds were so tiny that they just kind of blew all over the place, maybe even underneath the landscape fabric. But I mean, so far we're doing great there. I do have, oh my gosh, I do have a bunch of these double click cranberry cosmos. They're lovely, you guys. They're lovely and huge. I'm going to harvest a bunch of them here in a second, and I'll show you how big they're doing this year. Really think that the amendments that I gave them really did the trick. And right next to it we have the mahogany splendor hibiscus. I did less plants that I did last year, and I'm okay with that. Because the bouquets where I added a bunch of these mahogany splendor hibiscus weren't that popular. So I sold a bunch of them, but people really didn't care that much. So even though I love them, I don't think that they are really that crazy, or I don't think that people are crazy about the dark foliage of this. Next to it, I have a bunch of zinnias. I believe those are the Queen Lime. I believe those are the orange variety, orange zinnias, and they're doing amazing. These were direct sow as well. I do have some blooms happening already, but I do have to pinch some others, and maybe even thin them out a little bit. Oh my gosh, you guys, this celosia over here, I love it. I don't have the names of all of the mixes that I use for the celosia here, but I'm loving it. I am loving all of the shapes. I am going to harvest these guys today because I really want them to start pushing more growth. And my gosh, I just love all of the shapes, all of the colors. You're gonna see what I harvest here today. And right next to it, I have the unicorn zinnias. I purchased the seeds from Floret. So far, I think they're okay. I am not seeing a lot of what the pictures show on her website, but I think it may just take time, and it may be just a hit and miss for a lot of these guys. Like, we have some greens, we have some simple pastel colors, but I do have a random nice bicolor here and there. They're okay. Like I said, they're okay so far. I'm really hoping that for the money that I pay for these guys, that they just, I don't know, just amaze me when they're in full bloom. And right next to the zinnias, I have my double arch. They were made with 2 cattle panels and some T-posts. And I do have a couple of tomatoes right in the very front of it. The tomatoes are doing well. They were planted very late in the season, the tomatoes at least, because they were just kind of extras and I didn't have a place where to put them, and I just put them here. And right along each side of the cattle panel, I have a bunch of melons that I am trying out, and they're going slowly, if I'm being honest. They're slowly growing there, and I just hope that I have some good harvest, because I do have a lot of space here for them, and I just cannot wait. So before I cover the entire plants with some fish emulsion fertilizer, I am going to harvest the flowers that I want. I am going to get a bunch of the ones that are looking good, and I'm going to try to just clean the rest. And then I'm going to do the fertilizer, because I definitely don't want to bring flowers inside that are covered with fish goodness. It's supposed to be kind of cloudy today, which is great for being outside, but I believe that we're having some rain tomorrow. So I haven't watered in the last 4 days, and it hasn't rained here. So these guys are going to love the extra water today with the fertilizing, but also I am not going to go too deep, because I know for sure that tomorrow is going to rain. So hopefully the rest of the fish emulsion that is on the plants will just get soaked tomorrow with all of the rain. So before it starts getting a little bit too hot here outside, I'm going to start. Okay, look at this beautiful cranberry cosmos. I went a little short. I don't need them too long. These are going to be for me. I am not cutting this for selling yet. But I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at the size of that cosmo on my hand. These are the double click cranberry. Just beautiful. Just a beautiful thing. Check out the celosia, guys. Beautiful shapes and colors. I wish I would have written down which varieties I mix here, but I didn't. Look at that. Okay, these are the zinnias from the unicorn mix from Floret. Not bad, honestly. I got a small little bouquet. I went short. I cut them short because they're not, like I said, they're not for selling. I don't know why my camera is being all shaky and stupid. By the way, I got these little guys from Hoselink USA. Okay, aren't these adorable? These are perfect for like pruning flowers. This is perfect. And I love that they have this like hook when they're locked. They have this hook. So I have a couple of these. I have them in my raised beds, and when I have a little screw on one of my wood raised beds, and I just hang these guys. So adorable. This right here, this is Snow Doris. Again, this is a little bit more pink than I was hoping for. But it's okay. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful, solid dahlia. And then right here, these adorable, tiny balls. Let me see. Guys, these are Small World. I freaking love these guys. These are tiny white, I don't know if these are balls or pom-poms, whatever they are, they're gorgeous. Look at that, like look at the size. Just imagine these guys in bouquets. I think I have about 12 plants of these Small Worlds, and I'm so excited, so excited. These were the first ones that started to bloom. They're still on the small side, and I don't know if that's how the plants will grow normally, if they're not too tall, but these are gorgeous. And these right here, these are Rock Run Ashley. These are gorgeous. These are beautiful. I don't know if these are like a lily dahlia. I am the worst at, calling the varieties of the type of dahlias that they are, but I just love them. Not bad at all. I am not trying to place them to look good right now. I just want to carry them home. Beautiful. That's good. The sun is coming out, and I gotta hurry up because it's getting really, really hot here. But I mean, look at these blooms, you guys. Cosmos, zinnias, celosia, and dahlias. I mean, wow. I can just do with this 4 types of flowers for bouquets, and that will be it. I'm actually thinking that I am going to do another succession planting of celosia. I have more seeds at home, and I definitely have the space at home, and I am just going to start a bunch more.